Got the high side closed. And this side's, low side started. I'll go all the way closed, and I'll back it out a little bit. Pretty close right there. Okay, so we're putting in a new system, AC system, and so far we've torn out the old air handler, which used to be right there, and we're working on removing the line set. I wanted to take it out all in one piece, but I ended up having to cut it right here because it was just such a sharp bend. I just went ahead and cut it. It'll be easier to pull it out. So we're gonna go ahead and tear that out and set the new air handler in, and we'll catch up with you later. So here's the old air handler, that part of the line set I tore out, and then here's the cylinder that's got all the refrigerant in it that we pulled out of the old system. So we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna tear the line set out the rest of the way while he sets the new air handler in, and we're gonna replace thermostat wire, everything like that. So okay, so we got an air filter bracket that we mounted to the bottom of the air handler, and then mounted here, and you can kind of see how that's on there. And then we're now panning in the supply. We're down to our last piece, and then we'll have to tape all of this up, and then we're going to route the wires around, and they have to come in right here to feed the breakers. So we'll go ahead and route those around, and then we're going to slide the coil in, and then we'll be able to run the line set. Okay, so we've got this taped up. All this is in. We're putting some straps on that were just hanging before. We didn't really have any like proper straps, so we just took some strapping and wrapped some electrical tape around it for protection from the wire. We're gonna put some of this stuff right here. Probably can't even see that, but it's right here, and it's just like a rubber insulator. We're just gonna put that around it too. So that's what I was talking about. That's some of the insulated. That's from some of the insulation from the line set, from the old line set. We tore it off and wedged it in between there to protect the wires there. So here's the front of the air handler. We got the wires coming in. Our strap is right back there. We got all this coming in. This is all getting hooked up right in here. And then your coils. And then your spot for your air filter, like he was talking about earlier, is right here. Actually, it's right here. Sorry. I pointed here. It's right here, though. So we're walking back here. Gonna pull the thermostat wire in just a minute here. It's this white wire that's coming down. So we're gonna go ahead and pull that and bring it towards the air handler. Okay, so here's the old thermostat wire, and we used it to pull the new wire, which is hanging right there. But I'll show you how we did it. So that's electrical tape, and that end was where we taped our new thermostat wire to the old thermostat wire, and we pulled the old thermostat wire through and basically kind of used it like a fish tape and pulled wire that way. And then we just cut the end off and we ran it over to the air handler, and we're going to staple this up and make it look neat. Okay, so now we're going to be running the line set for the outdoor unit that connects to the air handler. We're going to go ahead and start that now that we've got all the thermostat wire run and all the main connecting wires strapped all up. And we're also going to be making a new whip because that one's bad. So stay tuned for that too. Okay, so we're going to feed their smaller copper line for the line set right now. So how to make a whip for an AC unit. So you're going to run your wire through your armor flex tubing. You're going to take your little connector there. Also, same type of connector. You take this off, slide this inside of your armor flex tubing. You're gonna screw this back on over the top of it, like so. And then there's little lock rings on there. Take those off, and you're gonna run it through the pre-punched out holes that there is, and run your wire up through there. Make sure you got plenty of wire, and then you're gonna tighten it down, which I still have to do. But I'm gonna do my 90 over here, which is gonna go to that box right there. So super simple, or you could just buy a pre-made whip like that right there. So I'm talking about with the whip, you run it through and you're gonna press this over your armor flex tubing, and then you're gonna run that cap all the way up tight to where it screws on right here, and then you're gonna run your wire through, take your lock ring off, and lock it in place right there. Pretty simple. Wiring up your whip, here's your wiring diagram. Here you can see the line set that we replaced. Run it down to the bend, used a ratcheting tube bender, and it goes straight to the air handler, which is right there. The wiring diagram for that box, but now we're gonna come over here. Here's your whip. So this is your compressor thermostat wire. You got your common thermostat wire here, and then out of the whip is your wire. Not sure how much you can see, but here's your ground out of the whip into this slot right here. And you got your black going to one leg and your white going to the other leg. Try and get you guys a sight there. There you go. And all this other stuff will come pre-hooked up to your legs of your breaker there. So tidbit on how to put these back on. Below this is your connection where your whip is at and your thermostat wires. This just slides up way up into here. Just pop it up into place until you get it to where those screws are. And then there's 2 screws on each side and you'll put those in. So that's pretty easy how to take that on and off. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that now. Shot. Like I said, this just slides all the way up, screw on each side. And you just slide it up till the screw holes match with one another. Put the screws in and good. So yesterday we had a 7.5 hour day. We put in the air handler, ran all new thermostat wire, and ran the line sets to the condenser and everything, brazed them so they're all hooked up, and we pressurized the units to 150 psi with nitrogen. We let it sit all night, came back, it's like 8:15 right now. We just checked it, still at 150 psi, everything's holding good, no leaks, anything like that. Now we're gonna pull a vacuum. That's all outside, so we're gonna head out there. We got a brand new vacuum pump, so this will be the first time we use that one. Okay, so he's getting everything hooked up to pull a vacuum. I don't really know what he's doing because I never pulled a vacuum, but yeah, there's what it looks like. Here's your vacuum pump. That's our new pump. Okay, he's got all the, what are those lines? Vacuum lines. And he's got all the vacuum lines hooked up to the vacuum pump, and his micron gauge is down here. So he's trying to find the switch on this thing. We can't find it. Oh, never mind, there it goes. So we're pulling a vacuum now. We're gonna go in and do the wiring. So this pump here has already got the gauge down to 270, and it's been running for like 1.5 minutes, so it's way faster than our other one, our older one. But the difference here, this one pulling 7 cubic feet per minute. Our other one does 3, so. And yeah, and the hose is bigger, so we just got done installing this thing right here, or he did. I stapled up some of the thermostat wire that was in the crawl space area back in there, but I'm not sure what that does, but it's pretty important and it looks professional, so yeah. Okay, so since you guys last saw, we got everything wired up inside, leak tested all this. I sealed that around there. It's not super pretty, but I filled it with caulk before I put that cork tight stuff around it. We're getting ready to turn it on, everything, all the joints have been leak tested, everything like that. So Dad's getting everything ready to turn on, and I'm picking up some of the stuff. So we'll let you know how it runs here in just a bit. Just a quick shot. We know all this is like out and away, and you'd kind of want it, you know, ideally back towards the house more, since this is facing the yard. But the spigot's right there, and it was going to be really hard if anybody needed to service it if all of the lines were right there. So we just decided to put it out this way. We know the people, talked to the homeowner, they were fine with it, everything like that. So that's why that's like that. Okay, so the air handler is running our gauge up there, running some tests on it. So far, everything's going good. What's it? Oh, they can't even see it.
So you can take the readings up to this one. 105 there.
I know, I'm trying to see if that's it. Okay, so this outdoor unit just kicked on. We just buttoned up all the indoor stuff, the air handler, and we're gonna be running some tests on this outdoor unit now.
In there.
So he just pulled out this big fancy scale I didn't even know he had. And so it's a, what is it, refrigerant?
It's 410A.
Yeah, but what's the scale? Does it measure?
Well, right now I got it set to pounds, but it's 19 pounds, 3 ounces.
And it just measures how much is left in the tank? Or?
Yeah, and then how much we put in, so we know that we got. And I also write on the tank, so.
So that's pretty cool. It's got a remote control and everything. So. But yeah, we're moving right along this project. Just want to give you guys a quick update. The indoor unit's good. Working on the outdoor unit right now, running tests obviously, so everything seems to be going well. Well guys, we appreciate you watching this install video. We're heading out to the shop now to dump off the old unit and all the stuff that came with it. Consider liking and subscribing. And like I said, thanks for watching the video. Hope you guys were able to learn at least a little bit about some AC and HVAC